Hello guys, welcome to FC Sean Predicts. Today we're going to be predicting Premier League match week 23. Our week 22 predictions, we hit 7 out of 10 matches. And I actually added our results in the comments section under that week 22 video. But a couple of important ones, we predicted that Brighton is going to defeat Manchester United in an away match. And our predicted score was 3-1 for Brighton, and that was the actual result. Our next correct prediction was Chelsea to beat Wolves 3-1, and that's the actual score we got, 3-1 for Chelsea. And my tip was Chelsea to win combined with both teams to score with the odds of 220, so we hit that too. We also had Fulham to win, odds 1.90, Arsenal, Aston Villa, both teams to score, odds 1.87. Ipswich, Manchester City tip was over 3.5 goals, and City actually scored 6. We hit that one. The odds were 2.17 on that one. We also had Liverpool to win and Forest to win, so in total we hit 7 out of 10. And now let's get that boring stuff out of the way. Let's dive into week 23. Without further ado, let's go. First match of the week, Brighton hosting Everton, 9th against the 16th. Everton finally were able to get their first win after 7 tries, and that win came against Tottenham 3-2. In reverse fixture, Brighton were able to defeat Everton 3-0, but last season, when Everton visited the Seagulls, the game ended 1-1 draw. Brighton actually haven't lost in their last 5 matches, with 3 wins and 2 draws. So they're in a good run. I don't think they're going to drop points at home. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Brighton, and my tip is both teams to score, odds 1.81. On to the next one, Liverpool hosting Ipswich Town, first against the 18th. Now Ipswich Town is fighting hard not to get relegated. In their last 5 they were able to defeat Chelsea 2-0 and drew against Fulham, but after that they lost 2 games back to back, conceding 8 goals. And as we already know, when it comes to Liverpool, they're leading the league comfortably with 1 game in hand. Now fun fact is, last time Ipswich Town visited Liverpool was back in 2002, where the Reds were able to defeat the guests 5-0. Now I don't see Ipswich Town getting anything out of this game. My score prediction for this match is 3-0. Since most of the odds are really low, I had to find something interesting but also a bit risky. My tip for this game is under 3.5 goals, odds 2.28. On to the next one, Southampton hosting Newcastle, 20th against the 6th. Now Newcastle in their last outing disappointed most of us badly by losing to Bournemouth 1-4 at home. Sorry Newcastle fans, but if I can tell you one thing that could possibly make you feel better, is that the same day when Newcastle lost, Atletico Madrid and La Liga were having 15 win streaks. And they also lost that day to a relegation zone team, but I'm pretty sure that Newcastle have a great chance now to bounce back playing against the last team. My score prediction for this match is 0-2 for Newcastle, and my tip is Newcastle to win combined with under 4.5 goals, odds 1.79. On to the next one, Wolves hosting Arsenal, 17th against the 2nd. Now Wolves are doing really bad, sitting in the relegation zone, losing 3 out of their last 3 PL matches, conceding 9 goals and only scoring 1. And Arsenal from the other side, chasing after Liverpool, currently 6 points behind them. It could be less than that, but unfortunately in their last outing, the Gunners drew 2-2 against Aston Villa at home. Now fun fact is, the last 2 times the Gunners visited Wolves, both of the games ended 2-0 for Arsenal. And when it comes to this game, my score prediction is 1-2 for Arsenal. And my tip is Arsenal to win combined with under 3.5 goals, odds 1.97. On to the next one, Bournemouth hosting Nottingham Forest, 6th against the 3rd. This is going to be a super interesting match. Any outcome can be expected in this game. 10 unbeaten streaks, Bournemouth hosting Forest, who's on 9 unbeaten streaks. And 3 out of last 5 matches between these 2 teams ended 1-1 draw, and the other 2 games had the same score, 3-2 for Bournemouth. And the fun fact is, the last time Nottingham Forest defeated Bournemouth in an official match was 10 years ago, despite them facing each other 10 times in between that period. But I know Nottingham Forest is in a much better form than 10 years ago, so I'm not going to be surprised with any outcome in this game, but my score prediction for this match is 2-2 draw, and my tip is over 2.5 goals, odds 1.78. On to the next one, another super interesting game, Manchester City hosting Chelsea, 5th against the 4th. I'm gonna put off everything and watch this match without blinking. Only 2 points are separating these two teams, just like their goal difference is plus 15 and plus 17 respectively. Now Manchester City look like they're picking up their form, whereas Chelsea seemed possibly they forgot their form and Goodison Park lost and found, because that's where exactly they started dropping points. Now Manchester City has a midweek season-defining game against PSG, and the City players may arrive a bit exhausted to this game, since Chelsea's Conference League will resume only in February, so they'll be resting that time. But last season, when the Blues visited Manchester City, the game ended 1-1 draw. So with all that being said, my score prediction for this game is 2-1 for Manchester City, and my tip is Manchester City double chance combined with over 2.5 goals, odds 1.75. On to the next one, Tottenham hosting Leicester City, 15th against the 19th. I cannot believe that I'm saying this, but both of the teams are fighting the relegation now, and they're in a similar form. Tottenham has 4 losses and 1 draw in their last 5, whereas Leicester lost all 5. I'm gonna tell you a few teams that Spurs had to face. Their fixture made them face Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Nottingham. And of course, after losing so many games back to back to those teams, they messed up against Everton as well. This match looks like one of those games where you want to say both teams to lose, but Tottenham somehow have to turn things around, especially playing at home. My score prediction for this match is 3-1 for Tottenham, and my tip is Tottenham to win combined with both teams to score, odds 2.10. On to the next one, another good one, Crystal Palace hosting Brentford, 12th against the 11th. But let me remind you something, Brentford are the worst away team. They have lost 7, drew 2, and won only 1 match out of their last 10. But they put up a good fight against Liverpool at home, keeping it 0-0 until the 90th minute and conceding one in 91st and another one in 93rd and losing the game 0-2. And Crystal Palace, from the other hand, look like they're in a better form, with 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 PL games. Now last season, Brentford's visit to Crystal Palace ended with 3-1 win for the home team. And with all that being said, my score prediction for this game is 2-1 for Crystal Palace, and my tip is Crystal Palace to win, odds 2.15. On to the next one, Aston Villa hosting West Ham, 8th against the 14th. In this game, Villa will try to get back into the top 5, whereas West Ham will try to get away from the relegation zone. But I have to remind, in midweek, Villa is visiting France for a crucial Champions League game where they have to get at least a point to guarantee themselves the next round. Now let me refresh your memory. West Ham actually visited Villa Park recently on January 10th, where the game ended 2-1 for Aston Villa, and that was an FA Cup match. And I believe if Villa will not be too exhausted, they still should be able to edge in this one. My score prediction for this game is 2-1 for Aston Villa, and my tip is over 2.5 goals, odds 1.75. Last game of match week 23, Fulham hosting Manchester United, 10th against the 13th. Now interestingly, Fulham lost only 1 match in their last 10, drawing 6, winning 3. Now Manchester United, from the other side, we predicted that they're gonna lose 1-3 to Brighton at home. They put up a good fight against Liverpool and Arsenal, and after that they declined badly. And it reminds me of FC Barcelona's current form. And considering the Reds have a midweek Europa League game, it may also affect their form negatively. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Fulham, and my tip is Fulham to score 2 or more goals, odds 2.10. That's all guys, that was match week 23 predictions. Don't forget to leave your predictions and comments in the comment section. Put thumbs up if you liked the video and subscribe so you're not gonna miss our next releases. And bye for now.